Alright, chat. This deck list came across my YouTube channel with the comment that it could be the best mid-range deck in Explorer. So let's find out if the person that posted that video's a liar. Let's get some full art dresses into my sideboard. I got a base green-black deck here with a white splash for both Battle Cattle, the Siegeman Rhinoceros, as well as Vanishing Verse as far as spot removal goes in the main deck. We've also got 4 copies of Paradise Druid to accelerate us into these 7 different 4-drops here. We got some quality 3s. We got some Vivien for some card advantage at the top. So let's pop on into some games with this and see how it goes. How do you keep a Rhino from charging, Hamblin? Do you take away its credit card? Thanks for the tier 2 in the 38 months. Welcome back. McStinson, thanks for the 2.5. Good morning, good morning. Quality 3 is my Tinder profile tagline. I think I might be too old to get that reference, or maybe just too out of the dating sphere. I'm one of the fortunate few, chat. Christy and I were together before swiping was a thing, and I never digital dated, really. I had a was it OkCupid? I had some really old online dating site that existed 20 years ago. 15 years ago? How old am I? It was 15-ish years ago. Yeah, 15-ish years ago. You cast one of the 57 removal spells in the format. What's going on, F.A. Grande? Thanks for the 22. What's going on? Shit, hopefully they've got creatures that these cards are live against. I don't need double white in this deck, and this is our first white source, so let's just untap black on one and get these Thoughtseizes going. Glimpse the Cosmos with Karaxa. Neat. I vividly remember throwing Netscape and AOL discs like Ninja Stars at friends as a child growing up. We were incredibly safe. What's going on, sellers? Thanks for the 44 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back. I keep seeing people excited about different people that are excited about different creature lords being printed in the fall set, and do they just not realize that Mihut Massacre is not rotating? What's going on, silly cheese? Thanks for the 3.5 years and then some. Oh my god, we're so dead to that. How dead are we to that? If this isn't big mid-range energy, I don't know what is, Chip. Got you, cheese.
love making new friends. Time to lick my wounds.
All right, well, that's deterministically dead then, huh? Just like pretty typical mid-range deck problems there. Our opponent was playing a deck where Fatal Push and Bloodchief's Thirst didn't really have text boxes, so we promptly died. It's just how it be. I guess Kaya's okay. She eats their glimpses and their Croxes. Her Graveyard Hate in general seems kind of fine. Is everybody for popping in already? Good to see over 200 people in here already. For the regulars that are looking for me in the mornings, I'm going to be trying a little bit of a schedule change. It's currently just past 10 a.m. Central. This is about the time I'm going to go live during the day. Moving forward for the next week or so while we try some things out. I'm going to be adding some evening streams to the schedule for the variety games that I do, while doing mostly Magic stuff during the day starting at 10. Still plan to do 2 decks per day like we usually do, just starting a touch later. Hand's got an excellent curve here. You just take the Crocs out of their hand, right? You can eat it with the Trespasser. It'd be right to take the Tainted Indulgence, but... that makes the question of which land are we playing much easier. I'm fine to attack with this. The only thing that really punishes this attack is if we draw exactly one of our 3/5 drops next turn and they Fatal Push it. Morning, Shreddo. Joke's on you, opponent. I don't have Thoughtseize. Those of you taking notes at home, you should take note that we cleverly left our important spell on top of our deck. It's gonna prioritize taking cards out of their bin since they do have Escape in their deck. That's a nice one. I was gonna fire up the old Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Yeah, I could have second Fatal Push here. I don't really have any sequences that allow me to play around that though, so you know, it is what it is. Martian. Stack Reach on these, since you know they have a Flying Flash 4/5. Go grab a friend here, I think.
Savagery loves company.
Her passive working nicely with her down tick is great. If they hit Battle of Frost and Fire plus Fatal Push, they could be in the game still. Because Battle of Frost and Fire cleans out my board, and then Fatal Push checks the creature land. That's definitely got to be. They got to have land. I guess they didn't need the land with the treasure token, but yeah, they. Alright, chat, scoreboard. Maybe I want Mythos, so they're ready to kill their big Dorko. A bottom Paradise Druid here. Also, I played with the Fold 3 for a little bit because they sent us one to borrow for Twitch Rivals. And we had to play that event on the. It's a nice piece of hardware, but I just like wasn't ready to upgrade my phone at that point. And my 1+8 is starting to drag a little bit. Looking around at the options and saw the 4 just dropped. It's a nice pickup. A lot of Thoughtseizes, chat. Is the battery not great on the Fold shiny? Yeah, I don't do Apple products, shit. Nah, I'd rather just cut their card selection off, Martian. I will say one thing that always makes me a little apprehensive of I've had like 1+ devices for my last like large number of mobile devices, and it's really surprising to me that fast charging isn't a widely adopted feature in Android phones. Whenever I like have to charge a non-1+ device, I'm always shocked at how long it takes to charge from nothing to full. It's like super inconvenient. Does it? Does it support dash charge? You can go from like almost nothing to almost full in like half an hour. It's really quick. Does the Samsung support it? Maybe whatever adapter they sent me didn't have it when they loaned me the Wave 3 for Twitch Rivals, but whatever they sent me with the Wave 3, it definitely did not quick charge. The worst part about... Oh my god, I missed 2 points of damage because I'm dumb and clicking. I forgot any token makes this bigger. The worst part about Vivien is like when this flips up here and like I know the top card of my deck is a brick down. A little oof. Every Samsung flagship can fast charge, but like, don't always include a fast charger with their devices. Well, that's shitty. My opponent should be at 2 here, meaning they should be dead, but I'm a big dumb stupid, so they're not. Yeah, if I had sequenced properly last turn, they'd be dead to this attack. I would have been forced to use Noxious Grasp. Sometimes lucky. Mana base, cutting them off there for sure. Chat, usually our political minute in the morning is sadness and tear jerking. So in a happy political minute for the morning, Maxwell Frost won his primary in Florida in what's almost assuredly a safe Democratic district. So he'll likely be going to Congress, which gives us another progressive in Congress. He's also 25, which will make him the first Gen Z member of Congress, which is excellent to see. We need more young people in government. I think I'm taking the Storm the Festival, because we can eat it with the Trespasser. House of Representatives, you can be a House member at 25. U.S. government is 25, 30, and 35 for Congressperson, Senator, President. I want more green mana for Skews, so we'll play this on white so this can be green. I mean, for what it's worth, imagine a president that's not a boomer. Like, Trump and Biden and even Sanders, they're older than boomers, right? They're silent generation? Or am I misremembering the cutoff? Yeah, they're older than boomers. And they're all way too old to be in government ship. Yeah, boomer is post World War II. Yeah. My parents are boomers. Their parents are not. Just take this hit. They're gonna undiddle it with the Kiora, I'd wager. Trump's exactly on the line. Alright, sure. My too old statement still stands.
You fight for me now.
This is 7 lands for this to pop off. Gen Z can't be president yet. We were just talking about that. The line's 35. Okay, so if I do this, and then we Vraska kill the old growth troll, we can scooze it in response to this trigger. Oh, you know what? I was so excited about that land. I should have done this first. It's fine. It didn't matter. Greatness at any cost yet.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
There's still 2 lands off of this doing anything, so I think I'm just gonna pressure their Kiora off the table. This lets them kill my Vraska in exchange, but she's not really doing anything for me, so. While means testing is objectively dumb and bad, it is worth noting that even if they means test at 125,000 for 10K in student loan forgiveness, that's still going to cover most people that have student loans. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. I want to find a removal spell for this. Where's that Vanishing Verse when you need one, chip?
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Whoa, Hamlin. You paid off your loans and you still support student loan forgiveness? Won't somebody please think of their bootstraps? How will the bootstraps ever develop, Chet, if we don't make people suffer? You can't just improve things for future generations. was quite the collected company, chat. Quite the collected company. Okay, so if I block here, we get to eat this after the fact? Yeah, they're just packing it in. Okay, so Noxious Grasp, obviously great against mono green. Heartless Act sounds good. Mythos is probably fine. Scooze seems reasonable. Kalitas is probably reasonable here. Path of Peril. Does that hit enough here? They have 8 mana dorks, but that's it. I kind of feel like I'm supposed to cut my acceleration here and just like play on curve with more removal, huh? One-third of federal student loan holders are 10K or less, and 80% are 40K or less. Yep. Any amount is good. More is better, but I'll take some over none. I'm on the Path of Peril plane here. I could cut the Scoozes and board in Path of Peril, but at the same time, Scooze is like pretty good against their what's it called? So it's okay, but she's also kind of slow. Siege Rhino, I missed that standard before battle. What's going on, Slayer? Thanks for the almost 4 years. Welcome back. What matchups is Edgar good at? I assume it's okay in the red-black matchup, but I don't know. Chat, I've done the unspeakable when it comes to this deck list. I went on the internet and I clicked export, and then I clicked import. So I don't really have a ton of strong opinions on cards we're playing here and why. I'm just trying to get a feel for it. A little greedy here in bottom of land. Perfect. Rewarded. See, chat, greed, for lack of a better term, is good. Unfortunate. We're so bad at drawing our copies of Vanishing Verse.
I am Karl. Stand down. Be better prepared
next time. Calling my Siege Rhino bad, but look at him, chat. How many toughnesses he has. He's such a tough little moo cow.
I'm bold as a brushwag, so brace yourself. Beauty lies.
It depends on the types of proof, Chief. They look very, very different depending on the content area that you're working in.
I protect that which cannot protect itself. Harness the elements.
Okay, Darksteel Citadel Nissa who shakes the world is kind of hilarious. That is how the kids would say, totally adorable.
Moving.
Totes adorbs. I think we're dead, shit. This definitely feels like big mid-range energy.
My herd grows ever larger.
They had to go get Scavenging Ooze here and eat the Storm the Festival at least before they could flash it back, but I'm not really sure that we're beating what they have on board. I guess I have this to clear this out. We'll see. Alright, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, after seeing how that played out, I think I'm cutting my Fatal Pushes and putting in my Paradise Druids. Just try and run them down here. Game 3 on the play. Attack, attack, attack. I think I can keep a 2-lander in good conscience. Well, I meant to play the Blooming Marsh, but we misclicked there. Mistakes have been made. Their hand is just like actually 5 of the same card. I guess we take the Land War Elf. That's the 1 mana card, but for the trade on the mana dorks. What's going on, EV? So the 2.5 years, welcome back. Kill this one. This one comes back to accelerate them. And the fact that they gain 6 with bonds is so huge this game. So 10 versus 4.
virtue of this world.
Dragons, leviathans, octopuses, serpents. I love them all.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Fatal Push. I boarded Fatal Push out, chat. No Fatal Push coming. Well, that matchup went decidedly not great. What's going on, Sky Guy? Thanks for almost 3 years. Appreciate the prime re-up. Welcome back. I assume Mitch McConnell exchanged his soul to some otherworldly creature and will outlive all of us. Hey, nice, Vivien. It's great to hear. Or tortoises do live a long time. Nice. Therapy of all sorts is great. Trained medical professionals are wonderful, chat. Heed their advice. What's going on, Impromptu? It's 33 months. Welcome back. No 3-mana counterspell either, huh? I'm just gonna pass here and plan to crack my clue. Mitch McConnell's social security number is 2 behind Roosevelt and 1 behind Mr. Burns. This card is definitely much worse than Tireless Tracker in these control matchups. I am not convinced that this is better than that. They either have a veto or they just drew a counterspell. This could also be a pause for a 4-drop. By therapy, you mean social media. By trained medical professionals, you mean the internet at large, right? Oh God, I heard an advertisement for a local physician in my area on the radio, and I was driving Haley to daycare this morning, and one of their talking points was they make sure to respect your opinion on things. That was just like, oh God. I really, really do not envy them in the position of feeling like they need to put that in an advert for their services.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
Yeah, I assume they're used to dealing with crappy patients, Duck Doolittle.
Next time, then.
When I went in for my physical last year or the year before, post-COVID, and my doctor brought up, what are your feelings on the COVID vaccine? You could see like the visible look of relief wash over his face when I was like, oh yeah, that's all taken care of. We're good. We're boosted, all that jazz. You could tell he wasn't used to getting that response. So this was not how his conversation with people in the area typically went.
I know what must be done. Hold that thought.
I think we're dead here, right? Anybody else feel dead? Briar Bridge Tracker has been really awful so far in this set. We do not have a consistent string of tokens to allow this to be a 4-power thing. Thanks for the 36 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Witch Doctor, it's one of those things that it's like, we probably should have had people, like regular people, not just doctors, like wearing masks in most medical settings long before COVID, right? Yeah, honestly, I think I might just replace this with Boomer Tracker. I agree. Can we beat a sweeper, chat? I don't think we can beat a sweeper. I'm going all in. I'm gonna concede if they Supreme Verdict. Or Farewell or whatever.
Let's skip to the good part.
What's going on, TBS? Thanks for hanging out for over a year. Appreciate that. Welcome back. The best part about the sweeper is that we don't have to keep playing. Mood. Like, this thing would have more attack, and it would have drawn, like, 2 or 3 more cards if it was just like Boomer Tracker. Yeah, the Dominaria set looks pretty sweet so far. Says local man ready to get his creatures endlessly swept off of the board. Vanishing Verse probably isn't very good here, right? Maybe leave in a couple for like Shark Typhoons and stuff. I don't really keep up on spoilers shit. Like, a few miscellaneous things like Liliana come across my Twitter timeline, but I wait till everything's out at the end to take a look through. It's so hard to parse power level of things without a complete picture. Godok Teague would be such a great card against all of these marches and stuff that people have. With March being the premier removal spell in these blue-white decks especially. In your second happy political minute of the morning, there's going to be $20,000 in student loan forgiveness if you went to college on Pell Grants. There'll be $10,000 if you didn't receive Pell Grants. Forgiveness applies to those earning less than $125,000 per year, and the student loan pause is extended, it says one final time, through the end of the year 2022. If you have undergraduate loans, you can cap repayment at 5% of your monthly income. Far from perfect, still very, very good. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good, chat. That is directly from the POTUS Twitter timeline. Have a link. Show me your secrets. Okay, so if I take Dovin's veto here, I can go blank before they have their next counterspell up. Alright, tap land here is nice.
Let myself in. I hope you said your goodbyes already.
You reek, aren't I, the generous?
Do I get to collect Social Security? What's going on, Juju?
Funny, that's what I do.
Thanks for the 75 months. I appreciate you hanging out for over 6 years. It's been a trip.
to the loyal.
No. We just keep jamming planeswalkers, right?
I'm sorry, was that dear to you?
Like to continue drawing cards. Thank you, love.
It's bold to bargain with me.
I hope you've said your goodbyes already.
Chilling on both of these is potentially spells for the time being. It is legal here, Wargy, and we're actually gonna switch it out after this match. I net decked this list, and Briarbridge Tracker has felt worse than Tireless.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Do what I demand.
I'll be taking these.
Good minions are loyal and deadly.
Show me your secrets. They're playing Leyline of Sanctity. Alright, I'm taking their additional Wandering Emperor here. I'm gonna go ahead and send these this way. Do I want to deploy Graveyard Trespasser? I do, but I also don't. Make them choose between verdict and not, at least. So we're threatening lethal next turn, right? With the Kaya Unite move. We cracked them for 3. They're down to 10. They have 7 cards in exile at the moment.
I'm not going to sit this one out. Reverse.
I'll put them to 5 here and kill the Teferi.
That didn't work.
Oh yes, I know the knowledge you seek.
Alright, we're on the scoreboard, chat. And honestly, the prize for winning game 2 against Blue-White Control is getting to play a game 3. What a wonderful reward. Thank you, sir. May I have another? What's going on, Wargame? I'm going to mention it a few times today, but I'm pushing my schedule back to start a little bit later. With the news that Twitch partners are now permitted to stream on other non-Twitch platforms without endangering their partner status. I'm going to be doing slightly shorter, mostly Magic streams during the day. I'm going to be trying out moving some of my variety content, Marvel Snap and Pokemon Unite specifically, over to YouTube. So if you enjoy those bits of content that I make sure you're subscribed to my Hoaglandia Snap and Hoaglandia Unite channels. I plan to go live there in the evenings. My life total doesn't really matter in this matchup. So I think I'm going to lead on the fast lands. That way if I draw a third fast land, we can play those out. We're doing Snap in the afternoons this week, but we're going to pick back up where I left off on Genshin next week is my plan. Okay, this gives us an opening to stick Sorin.
I take no joy.
That's true. Cross-streaming will make it a little bit harder for people to get Shillionaire, but I think it's probably better for my brand to flex out a little bit.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
I don't want to go blank them here. I feel like I don't want to run Vivien into a counterspell. I kind of want to draw a card with the clue this turn, I think. You are not allowed to dual stream to YouTube and Twitch. They will still whack your partner contract fed. So you can dual stream to TikTok and Instagram Live, but not Twitch. Don't ask me what the difference between those things are, Chad. I'm too much of a boomer to understand.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
Wipe her out so she can't plus to kill my
Until
Sorin.
next time, then. Keep watch for intruders.
Both the Snap and the Unite channel, Spreadic.
Nox be humiliated again.
Like to continue drawing cards. Opponent is notably down to just one card here. This game is much easier when they don't get to keep a Teferi in play. That's for sure.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Crack the clue this turn. They're making a 1/1. Stream on your GeoCities website at the same time. I mean, my stream is technically embedded on my homepage. If you go to jeffhoagland.com, you'll see my stream up there right now. It's kind of like my GeoCities page.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
I need to start pressuring them here. The attack's like kind of medium if they have a removal spell and then draw a land, but... Oh, are they just sweeping the board? This is, we're blocking and then casting Supreme Verdict, right? That's fine, we have plenty of follow-up here.
gift. In exchange.
Shock this in, hold up this Ian cycle.
I am merely delayed, not defeated.
It's a sad day when I look at Supreme Verdict and think at least it doesn't hit artifacts. Oof. Oof.
To know my secrets? Very well.
Just a point of damage there, technically. Siegeman Rhinoceros, PhD. We're continuing to extend onto the board here. Is a little bit medium into a sweeper, but it's better into potential spot removal and Emperor, so go, go, go. What's going on, Carpe Diem? Thanks for 17 months. I actually didn't play a lot of Rhino in KTK. When KTK was legal, I spent a lot of time playing Savage Knuckleblade. Wasn't a big Rhino slinger. Hey, we ground out control. I think I'm still gonna swap my trackers around. Okay, I think I want boomer trackers, chat. As something of a magic boomer myself, I prefer my trackers be tireless. The best part about Savage Knuckleblade, chat, is you got to ask your opponent if they were ready to get knucked up. Yeah, Tireless Tracker is removal check gameplay, which is nice. The other Briarbridge Tracker is not. Show me all secrets. I think it's just Fable. This is a land, this game. It could be right to play untapped white here, so that way we could Vanishing Verse the Bone Crusher after they untap and cast it. It's a great draw. Well, let's tag the Lulth here before she gets cast. Says before getting Thoughtseized himself. You sure I want to just trade here? We're like losing this race. Let's keep the board clean. Wonder who's a favorite in this match as it goes along. We're almost at parity here with the asterisk that they have a creature land. It almost feels like cheating, chat, that my opponent's 79%, but they're playing the best deck in the format. I should get to beat up some kind of sweet deck, not die to red-black when my opponent has that rating. They're trying to climb back up to top 1,000 for the end of the season. This does not block their menace threat here. Oof. Could be merit to holding the Overgrown Tomb there since Tireless Tracker is in my deck. Okay, Bedevil means I'm not getting attacked those turns, so we take those. Instantly punished. Instantly punished. I think Passage is pretty awkward on the mana base in 3-color decks in this format. All fatal pushes we could draw. This card's so bad in the discard mirror. I bring in a lot of cards that play to the board here. Cut our discard that doesn't do that. Trim a couple of the acceleration too. Yeah, I agree. The big question, the big question mark next to Siege Rhino is basically, is Siege Rhino worth playing instead of playing Fable of the Mirror Breaker in these green-black shells? And it definitely feels like the answer is a resounding no. Like, Fable of the Mirror Breaker is a multi-format all-star. And Siege Rhino is a bad standard card from before Eldraine was printed. This is our first match with Tireless Tracker. We're actually playing Briar Bridge before Moldy, and Briar Bridge was like super medium. We just played against blue-white control in the match before this one, and Briar Bridge Tracker was so much worse than Tireless would have been there. As a budget choice, it's fine, but... I definitely think Tireless Tracker is better than Briar Bridge. I'm gonna have Vraska eat this clue.
As long as we win, nothing else matters.
I'm having nothing better to do than attack our Planeswalker there. Seems potentially great for us. Yeah, I actually don't think Crocs is that great of a card. There's so much incidental graveyard hate between the Trespassers and the Hives and the Scavenging Oozes. I definitely think Fable the Mirror Breaker is the more important red card. Crocs is fine. You, like, can play it if you're in Jund, but...
Yup, you're going down.
Chat. I forgot to fill my water bottle before I clicked go live this morning, and all of my children are currently in school, so I cannot make them do it for me. So I need to BRB. 1 second. Is a rookie mistake. Alright, we need to draw some lands, ship. It's a good start. It's a good start. Now, it is worth noting the way my hand lines up here. Tracker is likely a bit worse than Briar Bridge, so you just need to play this on 3 because I have nothing else to do with my mana, and I have 2 other 4-drops lined up here. Alright, I assume this Tracker is going to die before it can make a clue. I could see a world where Briar Bridge is just much better against red-black, and maybe that's worth it, but I hate losing to blue-white more than I hate losing to red-black, so I'd rather have Tireless Tracker. Mamond, thank you for hanging out for 3 years. Welcome back. Appreciate the support. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Feel like I just want to get Vivien going here.
You want to fight with me? I call, and Ikoria answers.
3 years and it barely feels like we're past 2028. Mood.
But not extinct.
Edgar looking real good in this matchup. Some folks were asking what matchup this was for. It's looking like this one. Technically, I should attack before I play Siege Man, but whatever. We've been playing this deck for a little over an hour, Moldy. I'm starting my streams a little bit later in the mornings. So we went live about 10 a.m. Central. Alright, so we let that happen, and then we'll Fatal Push this before it gets to kill my 3/3. And then their deck doesn't really play sweepers, so Siege Rhino, your move, Yugi boy. Edgar was really good here, chat. Definitely the matchup that the second Edgar is in the board for. Really impressive looking 4-drop, grinding them out there. Tokens having lifelink, buffering our health back up too seems great. Obviously them stumbling was helpful, but Edgar allowed us to really punish it. It's fine, we're on the draw. Focus on taking their threats here. Yes. Yeah, you can have both sides out at once with Edgar. Having two of them is exactly how that works. We're debating on if they want to jam their Supreme Phantom or not. Could be a fatal mistake on their part. Thanks everybody for hanging out this morning, by the way. Got a couple of new follows. Welcome to folks. Great to see over 600 people in here for some magic. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I do Magic the Gathering, Marvel Snap, Pokemon Unite, and a variety of other things. If you're enjoying the vibes of the channel, make sure you tap that follow button. Usually play 2 or 3 Magic decks each day to start my stream here. I have a big focus on Constructed, currently playing a lot of both Explorer and Historic. Although I imagine we'll dip back into Standard and Alchemy when those formats rotate and the new set releases here soon. Also, I have a YouTube channel where everything I stream gets archived too, so if you want to catch up after the fact on something that you missed, it's a great place to do that. There's playlists on the front page for all the different formats. Alright, we're probably just dead at this point, right? Failed the removal check. No, it's the same room I've been in since we moved into this housemate suit. We just flipped my rig around. I think I have a command for pictures. Yeah, just a different perspective. This way, Christy and the kids can walk into the room without the camera needing to be on them if they don't want it to be. What alchemy cards rotate? Any ones that are associated with the 4 sets that are rotating. Is it none? Might be none. Because remember, alchemy started like halfway through this cycle, so it's kind of weird. My body is ready for this token to get Brazen Borrowered. Chat, Magic the Gathering releases like 12 products a month. I have no idea when things released or when they rotate. Ooh, they clicked through having exactly lethal. Oh. They could have killed me with the Faceless Haven. I assume we're dead anyways, but, you know, details.
Follow in darkness, then. You deal this annoyance.
Hey, thanks for almost 2 years of Prime, Vivien. Glad to hear you're doing all right. Am I dead yet? Be worth double blocking the land there. Why would it be worth double blocking the land there? Can you explain to me why you think that play is good? What outs does it give me that I don't have already? Why is it worth letting them draw 4 cards to kill their land when they have another Faceless Haven in play? Find out the answers to these questions and more next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yes, our opponent has missed lethal twice now. Probably doesn't matter because their deck seems really busted. The mono blue deck is the deck that I most often feel like, okay, there's nothing I can do and I'm just dead here. So it honestly might be one of the best decks in this format. It could also just be that like the types of things Twitch chat likes to see play have a hard time beating an efficient mid-range, an efficient tempo deck. Is also a very real possibility. Like they have unfortunately finally fumbled their way into lethal here. Gonna cut a bunch of these clunky 4s. Gonna bring in some more cheap interaction. So I'll have reach at least, so I think we want them. Mono blue is a kind of mediocre red-black matchup, right? My favorite card in the Explorer Anthology, Tireless Tracker. What on, Twas started at 3 p.m. Central. Well, we'll never be quite that late. Some of the evening streams are going to start much later. Think bye. We're going to do some of the variety stuff on YouTube. The YouTube streams that we're probably going to start like 8:30, 9 p.m. Central and go for 2 or 3 hours. Depending on how I'm feeling. Mono blue is pretty bad in Explorer. I feel like that can't possibly be the case. Like, people don't play, like, common net decks that also have a bunch of bad matchups into things. Well, Boshek, the thing to understand is there's a reason why I actually don't ban that many people on Twitch, believe it or not, because we're in sub-only mode for Magic, and a lot of that toxicity to set the bar for toxicity when it comes to Magic. When I switch to playing the MOBA, things are less toxic in an open chat. Planning to try and trade their Faceless Haven for my glutton here. Until Wheezy gets added to Unite. Alright, so we're like almost ahead right now, but they have cards in hand. Ascendant Spirit probably means we're behind. I guess we have them dead in 2. They can't make this a blocker just yet profitably, right? think I want to trade Hive for Mausoleum Wanderer here. Definitely down to trade Glutton for Spirit, though. We're hanging on to these because we could draw a Tireless Tracker. Am I dead yet? Alright, chat. And that was the easy game where we were on the play. Now we gotta try and win one on the draw. People talking about the new creature lords coming out in the Dominaria set and playing them alongside Mutavault and Pioneer makes me really big sad that we didn't get Mutavault in either of the anthologies. Maybe Mutavault's coming in the Dominaria set, chat. Maybe that one hasn't been spoiled yet. Anybody know, has that one been crunched out by the numbers? Because we're losing these creature lands, right? Our hand's pretty bad here. Any removal spell makes it decent. Sweet. We'll kill the Wanderer because Wanderer could stop the Culling Ritual down the line. On Archmage, it's the 21 months. Welcome back. Slot that one onto the bottom there. Yeah, I suppose a Fatal Push while they're tapped out there. Probably. It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Aim. I was gonna keep their board clean. Get this game over with. They played Borrower at Sorcery Speaks. They didn't want my dork to flip into a 4/4 doctor. I'd like to dedicate that match win to everybody who believed hard enough in my opponent not having a counterspell on turn 4. This wouldn't be possible without you. What should we play in Historic today, Chip? I don't have anything specific lined up. I'm open to suggestions. Should we run back something that we've done that was fun? Ooh, Shamans. Shamans is a good shout out. We haven't tried Shamans since they, since the nerfs to Phoenix and stuff happened. Yeah, I might be down for that one. Hey, Vacus. There's a ton of great people out there that you can send that Prime to every single month. Thanks for sending it this way this month. Appreciate the Prime. Chat, remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you get Prime Gaming included with that for free. It gives you a free sub every single month here on Twitch to a streamer of your choice. Even if you don't choose to drop it off here, make sure you use it somewhere. It's like taking a few dollar dues from Jeff Bezos and giving them to someone here on the platform. Lord knows he's got enough of them. And truly the fairest game of Magic the Gathering possible. My opponent mulliganed and then we Thoughtseize them. Nice level playing field here. Hey, Leaves, thanks for kicking the Prime back this way again. Appreciate the 23 months. And remember too, if you do sub to the channel and you do Discord stuff, make sure you pop into the subscriber Discord server. We got super active channels for Magic, Snap, Pokemon Unite, politics, food, life, sports, all sorts of different topics. Untapped lands. Hey, as far as like non-untapped land draws go, that one's pretty good. Covers their next threat. So we're going to 12 here. Could be worse. 4 drops, drawing all my 4 drops, stuck on 3 lands now, bippy-dop-a-doo, yeah, yeah. I mean, at least we keep mostly drawing Doomblades here. Could be worse. Oof. Hazoret typically isn't even that bad for us. We just like had to burn our Vanishing Verses to tread water. So we're like super far behind now. My body is ready to get ember cleaved. Alright, we didn't get cleaved, so... Oh my fucking god, chat. Oh, we got killed by the alt text that I could have fatal pushed. Mistakes have been made. Alright, this game was very winnable. This game was very winnable, and then the hidden text box got us. Chat, I'm a Magic player. I've never played around an on-board trick in my life. At least Thoughtseize is a good draw, right? We probably win this game if that flips over. Because the tokens have lifelink. Yeah, one more shot at Vanishing Verse here. Maybe two more, maybe two more.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Every creature deserves love. And I love making new friends.
Dead to another lightning strike, obviously. Alright, so Vivien is going to let Graveyard Trespasser find Scavenging Ooze.
I brought friends. Lots of them.
There's 2 creatures in this bin. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in this bin. I think we eat 1 with this just to buffer the life total a little extra here. Make a lifelink vampire. Maybe I'm supposed to draw the land for free there, actually.
My servant. I'm busy.
Can see that being ideal. Probably didn't need the 2/3. The 2/3 is nice if they draw a haste creature. Squirrels, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Put yet another creature in the bin. That brings us up to 4 over here.
This is why I trust people.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
Yes, Scooz is just going to sit in front of Dog Mom is exactly correct. I'm gonna eat things before we take damage here, so that way, if they have a burn spell, they can't finish us off. Yeah, them sending Hazoret at Sorin as well is really good for us. That's a mistake on their part. Lets me eat the burning tree for free. It like guarantees the Sorin off the board, but if they would have sent this here, if I eat the BT, I take 6. Maybe I could afford to take 6 here, so like that block is correct, but hard to know. Yeah, and this is the pivot moment, right? Like it feels like we're in the driver's seat now. We're gonna recover despite my pretty big flub earlier with the fatal push. Again, just gonna go ahead and eat something in response here, so that way we don't risk dying to a random deal 3 I'm not thinking of. We are up to 17 here. Much lower than that, not many turns ago. Yeah, okay. Now who's jumping? Now who's jumping? Alright, Thoughtseize out, obviously. Heartless Act. Mythos, Path of Peril. Maybe Culling Ritual. Definitely Scavenging Ooze. Edgar in. I'm gonna trim Vraska. Paradise Druid's probably bad, right? There's a chance to a Chain Whirler deck. Kalitas seems fine. I guess I don't want to trim that much bottom end, though, right? It's close. Tracker's a card that's supposed to come out here. I can see Kaya being fine. All right, let's try this. Hand needs some lands, but the spells are all pretty reasonable. Yeah, Liliana just goes into basically every deck playing Thoughtseize downright. And taking non-lands off the top of our deck. That's good beats for us. Tireless Ooze gets stepped on. Did not. That's nice. I didn't want to burn Vanishing Verse on the Kumeno because if they have Hazoret. Yeah, I want to Vanishing Verse Hazoret. Probably dead here. Take game 3 on the play. Alright, so we have their first couple of plays covered. He says before his opponent plays. Before his opponent plays quad Burning Tree Emissary. Alright, I'd like to draw lands for the next 2 turns, please. Thank you. We'll take one more just like that, please. The second Vanishing Verse for Dog Mom already rolled up here. I'm gonna go ahead and burn this one on Kumeno. This could obviously just die before it does anything, but I want to use my mana this turn. And honestly, we might just trade for the Burning Tree Emissary. Sure. Deal. Your grizzly bear lives. Likes to attack, please. Take me home, battle cattle, knocking red players out. Cause we're draining, and we're gaining lots of life. Do-do-do. They can trade these for a cattle with the castle. I think I just let this happen. Because if I, like, try and blow them out with Vanishing Verse and they draw Dog Mom, I guess if they play Dog Mom, they still die, right? So I trample for 2, and they go to a total of 4, and then I have this. Yeah, all right, I lied. I lied, let's kill it. This is why we stopped to count shit. Like, all right, are they still dead if they Dog Bomb? They are. Do it. Just mono red things. Alright, so ultimately we won more than we lost whilst playing our Siege Rhinos today, which is better than I can say for some of the other Rhino decks we've played. That being said, I feel like this was kind of just a much worse version of the Jund decks and the green-black decks we played. I didn't really feel like I gained a lot of super added value from Siege Rhino. Its stat line was just like kind of middling at many points, and Fable of the Mirror Breaker is a real good Magic the Gathering card that this deck is decidedly not playing. The Paradise Druids, like, were kind of whatever. Like, having 29 mana sources in my deck felt bad at times in terms of flooding out, so overall, I feel like this was a miss for me, but also, if I was dead set on casting Siege Rhino and Explorer, this is the best Siege Rhino deck I've played so far. So, if you're just looking for best green-black X deck, this would not get my vote. If you're looking for best Siege Rhino deck, this is the best Siege Rhino deck I've touched so far in this format. Honestly, I think Edgar was better than Siege Rhino at multiple points. especially against red-black.